Hey, just giving you a little update on my generator. It's pretty much done, except for a couple little things. Right now, I'm working on a muffler for it. Because the old muffler just come right out here, and it come down, I think, kinda, and it was just kind of shooting right at the exhaust, or right at the alternator and the belt and the battery and everything. I just didn't really like that. So I had this piece of pipe laying around. So I made a new flange to bolt right onto where the old muffler was, and cut this piece of pipe off where it was threaded. There was this elbow, and this end was threaded too, and I just cut it. We actually cut it too short the first time, so we had to weld it back together there, and made a 45, welded it back together there. So that's obviously a 90-degree angle. And there was this other piece that come out like this, and it didn't have any holes in it. They didn't have these holes in it. I just actually drilled these as part of my muffler. And I drilled those holes in it so that these two pipes are going to eventually sit like this next to each other, encased in the muffler housing that I'm currently making. I just cut this out. It's 6 inches long, give or take. It's gonna go around here like this, and then on this end there's gonna be a plate. I'm gonna weld this end right to the plate. And then this side's gonna come through it, come through the plate. And then on this end, I'm going to have a mirror image. This is going to be welded to the plate, and this is going to go through. And hopefully that'll quiet it down a bit. And then, it didn't have an air filter on it, so I got to come up with a way to make an air filter. Probably just go buy one and then make a box for it. And also, one of my buddies just wrecked his car. Totaled it. He's alright and everything. He wasn't hurt, but his car was totaled, so I got his cigarette lighters. He also filled up his tank right before he wrecked, so I got a free tank of gas out of it too. But that's beside the point. So I'm gonna bring these over and find out what size these are. Probably an inch right here, and then drill a couple of holes in it, and just we'll have these cigarette lighters sticking out like that, and just wire them into the battery. Also, it's actually in my car right now. Another thing, I gotta make a video of my car too. I got a new car. Here's my new car. Do a video on that sometime. Back's a mess right now. We got an inverter. We actually found this in the shop. I think it's about 350 watts. It's not much, but it's better than nothing for now. Like I was saying, we got this inverter, 350 watts. My dad actually found it in the shop, so it's free to me, so we still have $0 in this project. Yep, inverter. And here's one of the plates on the end I'm about to plasma cut out. It's about 6 inches long or so, give or take. This is actually I've gotten quite a few pieces out of this little piece of steel just from my generator alone, and we actually got a windmill that we're working on too. We cut the blades out of PVC, and here's what's left over. I'll just make another video of that sometime. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, that's it. That's about it for now. let you know how far I get later. Just cut this piece out with the plasma cutter. Still a wee bit hot. Can't really touch it yet. I'm gonna see how it fits. Okay, just cut it out of there. See how hot it is. Ooh, still a bit warm. Grab a glove. Looks like I'm gonna have to do a little bit of grinding, but that's okay. Maybe I can make it work. Maybe it's a good thing I didn't grab that any. Looks to fit pretty good. I have to cut another one out, just like it. Drill a couple holes in them, whatever size that pipe happens to be. Then we'll see how she fits. Hey, just about to plasma cut this other end out. Thought I'd show you. That's what she looks like. Still nice and hot. Said show you what I got here before I put my casing on it. Okay, just got done welding this together. Some of these aren't my best welds, but they will do. It's still smoking. So if you don't know how a muffler works, it takes the exhaust gases and comes through. And it comes out all these little holes because it can't come out that end because it's obviously sealed off. And then the casing is supposed to absorb all the high frequency noises. And then the gases just go through those other holes and come out the end there. Nope, just thought I'd show you where I am. Well, I just finished welding up this casing on the outside a couple minutes ago. Did a little bit of grinding on these welds up here. They're a bit porous, but you know, it's not really that important. It's not really super de-duper strength critical. Whoa. Here's the first side I did. Here's some stuff rattling around in there. Let's go see how it fits. That was a little video of the generator running with the new muffler on it. Can't remember if I ran it with just the straight pipe in any of my other videos, but it was pretty loud before. But seems like it's definitely quieted down a lot. Definitely I gotta tighten that up. No, just the voltage hit now. See that lights up now because it's. I'll explain that in my other videos. You see the voltage is also a lot lower because the alternator isn't charging. Once I flip the switch on and the engine's running, I can turn the switch off and it'll still be charging. As you saw, so it was way up there. Voltage was way up there because it's actually pretty low right now, which is why the voltage was so high when it was running, because the alternator was putting out more power to keep up with it to charge the battery. There's some gas dripping out of the carburetor before I start it up, or like if it starts up and dies, then I don't know why it does that, but I gotta figure that out because that's not safe, I guess. And when it was surging, you could see the governor working. You can see it going back and forth because the RPM's dropping, and then it knows that the RPMs have dropped by the amount of oil that it splashes up. And then when the RPMs drop, it opens the throttle more to keep up with it. But looks like my pipes are getting a little bit hot. Oops. Whatever, that's what exhaust does. But, yeah, I still gotta build a stand, but, because obviously you can't leave the muffler on wood, because that'll get hot. But, yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a day for now, because I'm pretty hungry. But, thanks for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe. Have a nice day. One more thing, if any of you know where to get a 12-volt starter for one of these Tecumseh engines, could you leave it in the comments, because I'm looking for one, and cause I need one to run off of this battery, because we obviously don't have 110 volts out in the woods. I would run it off of the inverter, but the inverter's not anywhere near big enough for that. But anyway, leave it in the comments. Thanks.